Dozens of new independent radio stations could be set up following the government's proposals to expand Britain's radio services. Up to 3 national independent stations could be created to compete with the BBC's network services. And today's green paper, called Radio, Choices and Opportunities, gives its approval for small-scale community radio, provided the stations can finance themselves. Although the Green Paper is only a discussion document, the Home Secretary Douglas Hurd says that the Conservatives will introduce a new broadcasting bill if they win the general election. Mike Hanna looks at the implications of today's announcements.
OK, you can stand by anyway. I'll type something up for the 11 o'clock anyway. Thanks.
The newsroom of a local independent radio station and the preparation of the hourly news bulletin. The stories here tailored to a regional market, with on-the-spot reporters providing local news. For national and international material, the station relies on independent radio news, at present the only common facility shared by all 45 commercial stations on a daily basis.
It's 11 o'clock now, news time. Roger Walker.
Thanks, Brendan. 3 people are appearing.
Now the government believes there's scope for a greater expansion in commercial radio. Today's Green Paper suggesting the establishment of up to 3 new national independent stations competing with the existing BBC networks.
There was a time when radio was thought of as just as a poor relation of television, which maybe would fade away. That's not so now. It's very strong, and I'd like it to be stronger. I'd like to get rid of some of the things which have reined it back, prevented it having its head in recent years.
One Green Paper proposal is to take control of commercial radio away from the Independent Broadcasting Authority, a suggestion greeted with little enthusiasm.
We believe that our ability to perform consistently and clearly with regard to independent local radio over 13 years makes us prime candidates for continuing in that role. We believe we have a great deal to offer in experience, in technical know-how, and in relating up the costs and efficiency to an expanding system.
You're listening to Radio Thamesmead, broadcasting to you on Rediffusion Channel L. We are your community action station.
And part of the envisaged new system, community radio. The Green Paper paving the way for the licensing of small broadcasting groups, fulfilling the needs of local communities.
It's got a number of quite interesting points to make. It wants diversity, as the Community Radio Association does. It doesn't just want deregulated entertainment radio, and it seems to recognise the need to allow local opinion to have a say in what sort of radio services you have in a given community.
There'll be no overnight illegalisation of the pirate station, but still there's concern in opposition circles that the deregulation of radio could lead to a dropping in broadcasting standards.
What worries me about what the government are putting forward in this Green Paper is that they're saying that standards of quality, which are at present insisted upon for commercial radio, should be abandoned. Now that will mean, in a race for markets, and with the possibility of the auctioning off of the national radio networks, a possibility of a degradation of the qualities of commercial radio. And I don't think that's fair. We don't want to turn on our radios and listen to the equivalent of junk food.
But also the hope that national independent radio could provide healthy competition for the BBC.
I think the BBC have got to pull their socks up, reorganise, become more streamlined, become more efficient, and it's no bad thing for them to have to concentrate on these things instead of having a virtual monopoly.
The network chart, first with the nation's top 30.
Kid Jensen's weekly show, broadcast on all commercial stations, is the first attempt to challenge this monopoly nationally. The Green Paper means that this could be just the first of many, that the face of British broadcasting has changed.